Good Wednesday morning to you today, and I want to share a passage of Scripture with you this morning from the book of Joshua, chapter 3, one of my favorite chapters in the book of Joshua. And I want to challenge you today with this thought or idea: keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. This was a really special and challenging time in the life of the people of God and also of Joshua, their leader. They were about to enter into the promised land. They were about to cross over the Jordan River, and God laid out for them some guidelines, some instructions that they were to follow in experiencing victory in their lives. I want to read you this passage and then talk with you a little bit about that theme of keep moving forward. Verse number 9 in Joshua chapter 3, it says, "So Joshua said to the children of Israel, Come here, and hear the words of the Lord your God. Behold, the ark of the covenant of the Lord of all the earth is crossing over before you into the Jordan. And it shall come to pass, as soon as the soles of the feet of the priests who bear the ark of the Lord of all the earth, shall rest in the waters of the Jordan, that the waters of the Jordan shall be cut off, the waters that come down from upstream, and they shall stand as a heap. So it was, when the people set out from their camp to cross over the Jordan, with the priests bearing the ark of the covenant before the people. And as those who bore the ark came to the Jordan, the feet of the priests who bore the ark dipped in the edge of the water, for the Jordan overflows its banks during the whole time of harvest, that the waters which came down from upstream stood still and rose into a heap very far away." And God's people crossed over into the land of victory. But what I want you to notice is that in order to experience this victory in this chapter, they had to move forward. This was a time in Joshua chapter 3 of trial and also triumph for God's people. It was a time of obstacles, but also opportunity for them. It was a time of struggle as well as success. And what made the difference between obstacle and opportunity, struggle and success, trial and triumph? What made the difference was the people had decided by faith to move forward. I want to ask you a question at this point in our Wednesday's Word for this morning. What do you think that a bicycle, an airplane, a church, and a Christian all have in common? I'll tell you what they have in common. If any one of them ceases to move forward, they're in real trouble. If you're riding a bicycle and you quit pedaling, thus keeping you moving forward, you're going to fall. If you're flying in a plane and the engines stall out, it's a sound you wouldn't want to hear because it's going to fall. And the truth is, for a church or even a Christian, if we ever allow the circumstances of life to bog us down and keep us from moving forward in our faith, we're in trouble. The Australian coat of arms has two interesting animals that are displayed within it. These animals are displayed in the Australian coat of arms because the characteristics of these animals appeal to the Australian people. What are those two animals that are displayed in the Australian coat of arms? The emu and the kangaroo. Now they're there for a purpose. Both of them, the emu, because of its three-pronged or toed foot construction, is not made to go backwards. It's not made for reverse. It's made to move forward. The kangaroo, because of his large tail, guess what? He isn't made to jump backwards. He's made to move forward. And because those two animals all have within their nature the ability to want to move forward, they become a part of the coat of arms for the Australian people. Christians ought to take a lesson for the example of the characteristics of the emu and the kangaroo. You see, when the challenges of life come, and what I've noticed in all of these challenges we've been going through with this virus, is that if we aren't careful, we will allow what we aren't able to do or what we aren't able to normally experience rob us from what God is trying to do in our lives right now. So see, even with social distancing and quarantine and all those things we've been dealing with, you can still be moving forward in your faith. In fact, the moment you cease to move forward is the moment you fail. So my challenge to us all today, let's keep moving forward. Let's keep moving forward and trust God to show up in powerful ways in our lives for His glory and for our good.